Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for the third and final part of the Q&As this week. So let's get this hat on, do a little bit of crafting, and finish this up. Alright, first question. Jason, if you were to completely substitute machines like chest press, leg press, and Smith machine for free weights and barbell exercises in a standard linear program, everything else held constant, would muscle development differ significantly or even at all if you were using free weights and barbell exercises than if you were using them? Okay, yeah, you're going to see some serious differences. Will the primary muscles get less development? No, your chest will get just as big off of a machine as it will a bench press, maybe even your triceps, but you're going to lose support musculature. You can get in and do, well, we're going to leave Smith machines out, guys, because people ask about Smith machines. Smith machines are dangerous. If you use a Smith machine, you basically are asking to snap your shit up. They're dangerous. I don't condone their use. I think they should be melted down for scrap iron. I will never, ever, ever advise or incorporate the Smith machine into any routine I write for anyone. I'm very, very much against Smith machines as far as a safety item goes there, and I've done whole videos on that. But I'm going to assume you're using something that has a natural arc to it. Hammer strength machines. Let's go with all hammer strength machines. Will your quads get just as big from a hammer strength hack squat as it will a barbell squat? Yes. Will your pecs get just as big from the hammer strength machines versus a barbell? Will your triceps? Yes. Will your lats get just as big from a hammer strength row as they will from a barbell row? Yeah, as long as the tension is constant. However, how will your athletic performance be affected? You will be weaker. The individual muscles will be stronger, but you will lose strength in your support musculature. You will lose stability as far as moving your body through natural arcs and motions on a performance field, whether it's a football game, a rugby game, basketball, MMA fights, a street fight, any situation in where you need athleticism. The size that you gain overall from doing these, you will have less athleticism as a result of it. You will probably have less explosiveness, and you will have less ability to use your body as one unit. So the same amount of time that you spent in the gym gaining the same amount of muscle might not make you look different. You're probably going to get similar results in terms of look, but your overall athleticism and physical performance will be reduced. So basically, you just chose to not accept one of the free benefits of weight training to the same extent. That's my problem with machines. I don't believe they produce less hypertrophy. And so people make these arguments of, well, we're talking purely for hypertrophy. Well, no offense, but who the fuck only gives about purely hypertrophy? That's literally like saying, I'm going to go put in the same amount of work at a job, and they're going to pay me X amount of dollars for my work. Because that's what I'm concerned with. My main goal is to get those dollars at work, right? But if I go do this other job and put in the exact same amount of work for the same amount of money, at the end of the year, they're going to give me a free Ferrari to put in my garage. Now, I'm not allowed to sell the Ferrari. I don't pay taxes on it, but it's there for free sitting in my garage if I choose to drive it. Now, I'm not particularly interested in Ferraris, and I have the garage space for it, but I don't want to take the free Ferrari because I only care about this other goal. That's all I care about. So I don't want to put in the same amount of work to get a free Ferrari sitting in my garage. That's literally how stupid that idea is. When you really think it through, it's like you're going to put in the same amount of work to get the same amount of muscle, same amount of gym hours, but you're going to accept less explosive power, full body power, and less athleticism that could be useful in other situations, the situations that could arise that you didn't plan for. You're going to turn down the free benefit because you don't care about that free benefit right now. But it's a free benefit. It's a bonus thrown in completely for free. All right? Or another way to look at it is, well, I don't want to accept a free cash bonus if I go use this other computer work. My boss said if I use this computer, I'm going to make my X $25 an hour or whatever. But if I go use this other computer to do the same amount of work, keyboard's slightly different, that he's going to give me an extra $10,000 cash bonus at the end of the year. But I realized that my goals and needs only required me to make the $25 an hour, so I don't need that bonus cash on the side. It's no use to me, so I'm not going to use that computer. That's literally how stupid that is. When you think about it, it's a free bonus that might come in handy. You might not need that athleticism, but things might turn out later that you could. It might turn out later you find yourself stuck in a fist fight. You might find yourself having to sprint or run or jump over something to get away from a bear. I don't know, a zombie apocalypse. But the idea is insane that people don't care about these things. You're going to put in the same amount of work. You're not going to take the free benefit of all these other performance benefits out of it. And it doesn't make any sense when people do that. So I've never understood that line of thought when people say that. Well, I'm talking purely for hypertrophy. Like, seriously, you don't want to get 2 or 3 different benefits from the exact same amount of work you're doing, just like free benefits that don't cost you anything. It baffles the mind. That's why I don't understand the hypertrophy crowd or the purely aesthetic crowd. That they don't want free benefits that are thrown in for free for the work they do. They just want that one goal, and they don't care if they could get bonus stuff for free as a benefit to the work and labor they put in. I just don't understand that mentality. Never have, never will. All right, next question. Jason, as a fellow baldy, do you recommend shaving daily or every other day? I get shaving rash sometimes chronically. I try to shave my head every single day. But the reasons vary for different people. Sometimes I miss a day, but usually for me, I just break out my Dollar Shave Club, and any of the stubble that's coming up, I knock it down in the bathtub when I'm in the bath. It only takes an extra couple minutes. Occasionally, if I'm in a hurry, I don't do it. But I find that for me, shaving every day helps because, 1, I don't deal with the itchy stubble so much. Number 2, because I have bad psoriasis on my scalp, that's the reason I started shaving it, that it exfoliates and scrapes off that dead skin. Because my psoriasis is so bad that if I don't deal with it, I shed like a snake. And when I mean shed like a snake, I'm talking it's fucking gross. Like if I were to go 3 days without shaving my head and I get that stubble, Brittany took a picture of my head and put it up on Instagram a while back. Of course, then other people argued, oh, that's not really his head. I hadn't shaved my head for 3 days, so I had all this stubble. And what ends up happening when I do that is that sometimes if I go that long and I don't put any hydrocortisone or anything on top of that, if I go several days without shaving it, I can grab my skin and pull and peel, and I can peel sometimes 3-inch strips of dead skin off my scalp. That's the only reason I keep my beard this short, is the same reason. I love having a long beard. Like, I would have a beard down to here if I didn't have psoriasis, but I've got to tidy my beard up frequently for the same reason. I get strips of dead skin like 2 and 3 inches long that you can just peel off like a big chunk of dandruff if I don't do it. So for me, the reason I started shaving my head is the psoriasis. And so I can't say for you it works, but for me, I don't have any problems at all. Like, I've never had a problem like rash from shaving my head. So I would say that maybe what you're using isn't working. Maybe a shaving cream is irritating you. Maybe you're not getting it wet enough. And for me, I find, since I shave mine in the bathtub, I just tape like body wash, a little Axe body wash, and rub it on my scalp and just get it under the water and just shave it all off. It takes 3-4 minutes. Just run the razor over it. And I find, again, doing it under the water like that with just like body wash as a lube instead of a shaving cream, comes out smooth, no problems. Exfoliates all that dead skin off and keeps my scalp healthy. So I would say if you're breaking out from like shaving rash on your head, either you need a better razor. I use a 6-blade. I get them from Dollar Shave Club. I actually have a link for my Dollar Shave Club on the side, but no one ever uses it. It is on my page, but I've not had a single person ever use it yet that I know of. But it's there. But I use the 6-blade razors, and again, I use like a Axe body wash to shave mine. I find that some shaving creams do irritate mine also, so maybe that could be your issue you got going on. You need to get it well moisturized, and a hot bath moisturizes it really well. Shave it off, knock it out, you're good to go. All right, next question. Have you ever personally dealt with body dysmorphia? Oh, absolutely. That's one reason I talk about body dysmorphia. It's something I've gone through. Like when I was at my biggest as a lifter in my 20s, when my arms were taping 20 inches, and there are plenty of photos circulating around. It's not like I got to hide it or anything. They're out there. I've put some up before. Yeah, I couldn't see it. Like, I can honestly tell you that when I had 20-inch arms, when I looked in the mirror, they looked like they were like 12 inches. And I'm just like, fuck, you know, what do I do about this? And I think at a certain point, I find that the best way to not have body dysmorphia is to stop focusing on anything aesthetic related. Like, it doesn't matter what other people say, because what you're going to find when you get in the online community, if you suffer from body dysmorphia and you listen to what other people say about your body, it's not going to matter. It's going to undo all the work that you do. So I'm going to say definitely stay away from forums, stay away from bodybuilding groups, because other people are going to judge and assess you. And if you've got body dysmorphia, that's going to mess with you. But I find the best way to deal with body dysmorphia is to literally not give a single fuck how your body looks. Step back and go, you know what? I don't give a fuck if I have 12-inch arms. It doesn't matter. It's completely irrelevant. I don't care how I look. Then go in and just lift for your health, for your enjoyment, for performance, and focus upon some other reason why you lift, because every human being needs to lift. Being strong has benefits to you. All right, being strong has benefits to you. Weightlifting is proven to be one of the most healthy endeavors you can do. I mean, it cuts cancer rates by 50%. So lifting is extremely important. But what I find is that if you suffer from body dysmorphia at all or muscle dysmorphia, the best thing you can possibly do is to completely stop caring about your appearance at all and actually tell yourself it doesn't matter and tell everyone else it doesn't matter. And the best way to reinforce that is to make fun of everyone who cares what their body looks like. And as crazy as that sounds, and it might seem like a dick move, I found that when I started making fun of bodybuilders and saying, wow, you guys are a bunch of fucking faggots, when you do that, it reprograms your brain. And then when you reprogram your brain to where you see people who train for aesthetics as beta bitches, and you see it that way in your own mind, they're not all that way, guys. And that's not true. And that's not saying that is true. But what I find is that when you take that mindset and you think that they're laughable and pathetic, and they're a bunch of little cocksucking faggots, anyone who cares about their aesthetics, when you take that mentality in your head, your body dysmorphia completely disappears. Because you step back and go, well, I don't want to be a cocksucking faggot. I don't want to be that person. Fuck that. And when you make that mental association with your head that they're all beta pussies, everyone who cares about their appearance as a man, your body dysmorphia goes away like that, like fucking instantly. It's just like it throws a switch in your brain to where you go, well, who gives a fuck? I'm still getting pussy. I'm still getting laid. I'm still strong. It makes it go away. You stop caring. And then what you're going to find when you go to the same groups and anyone kind of makes fun of your body because it doesn't meet their perfect ideal, you make the mental association in your head of, wow, this dude's just a fag who wants to suck my dick. I'm glad I don't look good to him, because then the dude would be showing up wanting to fuck me. And again, if you learn to make that association, which isn't always true, it's like an instant cure for body dysmorphia. It's a total cure because it reprograms your brain that you see people who care about it as being inferior and lesser to you. And you don't want to be like that. And again, I know it's messed up. It's a messed up strategy, but I found personally that completely cured my body image dysmorphia. Like, it completely went away at that point. Like, never had another problem with it again. Done. Because it's all about programming your brain. And things you have to remember is that all the emotions you have or any view that you have of certain things is not something that happens instantly. There's a thought process in your brain that occurs before you experience that emotion or that perception. And so if you reprogram your brain to see any guy who cares about his physique is so pathetic and beneath you, and like so inferior to you that you need to make fun of them, or you want to, it makes you stop caring personally about it. You just stop caring. And then all of a sudden you look at your arm and go, oh yeah, my arm is 16 inches. Well, all right, that's cool. Whatever. and you're cured. Easiest cure I ever found. To detach yourself from the physique community and actually make fun of it in your own head every time you see it and laugh at it, it'll totally cure your body dysmorphia real quick. Just my tip, my personal experience on it. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.